And finally, ending with the fourth one, the force of humbleness. It represents our interpretation mechanism, perception towards the Father, force of righteousness through which we view our role in the revealing stage, a loyalty role. Enunciation. It reveals from where comes Son's implementation of Father's drive, why he submitted to his Father's wish, and how should we perceive his will. Where statement. The body of humbleness force. Son's word proclamation from our bodies, the righteousness of our drive outside which we cannot act through his life, the glorifier of our bodies, for which them must be aware at the polishing of his sword. For where comes the righteousness of our drive? Short answer from the proclamation of the Son's words through our mouth. In Yeshua's own words, Yohanan 5, verses 17, 19 until 21, and then 26 until 29. But Yeshua answered them, My Father is still working, so I am working too. Yeshua therefore answered them, Most certainly I tell you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he sees the Father doing, for whatever things he does, this the Son also does likewise. For the Father has affection for the Son, and shows him all things that he himself does. He will show him greater works than these, that you may marvel. For as the Father raises the dead and gives them life, even so the Son also gives life to whom he desires. For as the Father has life in himself, even so he gave to the Son also to have life in himself. Don't marvel at this, for the hour comes in which all who are in the tombs will hear his voice, and will come out, those who have done good to the resurrection of life, and those who have done evil to the resurrection of judgment. Matthew 7, verses 21 until 27. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will tell me in that day, Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name, cast out demons, and in your name do many mighty works? Then I will tell them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who work iniquity. Everyone, therefore, who hears these words of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on a rock. The rain came down, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and didn't fall, for it was founded on the rock. Everyone who hears these words of mine and doesn't do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. The rain came down, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it fell, and its fall was great. Chapter 20, verses 18 and 19. Behold, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death, and will hand him over to the Gentiles to mock, to scourge, and to crucify. And the third day he will be raised up. Humbleness where statement where conclusion. The righteousness of our tribe is given through Son's word offering from our mouth, because if our mouth is not committed to his life, our body cannot receive his bodily offering, for which our body must eat the bread through which he fed his life. Why our bodies cannot receive his glorification until we live through his life. Short answer: for the sake of the commandment that he received from his Father. In Yeshua's own words, Yohanan 8, verses 31 until 38. Yeshua therefore said to those Judeans who had believed him, "If you remain in my word, then you are truly my disciples. You will know the truth, and the truth will make you free." They answered him, "We are Abraham's offspring and have never been in bondage to anyone. How do you say you will be made free?" Yeshua answered them, "Most certainly I tell you, everyone who commits sin is the bondservant of sin. A bondservant doesn't live in the house forever, a son remains forever. If therefore the Son makes you free, you will be free indeed. I know that you are Abraham's offspring, yet you seek to kill me because my word finds no place in you. I say the things which I have seen with my father, and you also do the things which you have seen with your father." Chapter 12, verses 44 until 50. Yeshua cried out and said, "Whoever believes in me believes not in me, but in him who sent me. He who sees me sees him who sent me. I have come as a light into the world, that whoever believes in me may not remain in the darkness. If anyone listens to my saying and doesn't believe, I don't judge him, for I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. He who rejects me and doesn't receive my saying has one who judges him. The words that I spoke will judge him in the last day. For I spoke not from myself, but the Father who sent me gave me a commandment, what I should say and what I should speak. For I know that his commandment is eternal life. The things therefore which I speak, even as the Father has said to me, so I speak. Chapter 10, verses 17 and 18. Therefore the Father loves me, because I lay down my life, that I may take it again. No one takes it away from me, but I lay it down by myself. I have the power to lay it down, and I have the power to take it again. I received this commandment from my Father. Humbleness word statement by conclusion. His drive is committed to his Father's commandment that his body may glorify ours, because our body cannot enter his Father's presence without his cross, for which our body must keep Son's commandments through Son's living drive. How Son's commandment can glorify our bodies. Short answer: proclaiming the death of the defense of his drive. His word, the glorifier of his body, in Father's touch, submerges our drive that our bodies may be committed to his life. In Yeshua's own words, Yohanan 3, verses 3 until 7, and then 13 until 16. Yeshua answered him, "Well, certainly I tell you, unless one is born anew, he can see God's kingdom." Nicodemus said to him, "How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter a second time into his mother's womb and be born?" Yeshua answered, "Most certainly I tell you, unless one is born of water and spirit, he can't enter into God's kingdom. That which is born of flesh is flesh, that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Don't marvel that I said to you, you must be born anew. No one has ascended into heaven but he who descended out of heaven, the Son of Man who is in heaven. As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so the Son of Man be lifted up, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life." For God so loved the world that he gave his only born Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. Mark 16, verses 15 until 19. He said to them, "Go into all the world and proclaim the good news to the whole creation. He who believes and is immersed will be saved, but he who disbelieves will be condemned. These signs will accompany those who believe in my name. They will cast out demons, they will speak new languages, they will take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it will in no way hurt them. They will lay hands on the sick, and they will recover." So then the Lord, after he had spoken to them, was received up into heaven and sat down at the right hand of God. Matthew 25, verses 31 until 36 and then 40. But when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. Before him all the nations will be gathered, and he will separate them one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then the king will tell those on his right hand, "Come, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." The king will answer them, "Most certainly I tell you, because you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me." Chapter 24, verses 29 until 31. But immediately after the suffering of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give its light, the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. And then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky. Then all the tribes of the earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky with power and great glory. He will send out his angels with a great sound of a shofar, and they will gather together his chosen ones from the four winds, from one end of the sky to the another. Humbleness where statement have conclusion. His commandment is obeyed by our body when our mouth is committed to Son's word, otherwise we will eat his bread of punishment if we are unaware of his word polishing, for which we must let Son's commandments to sanctify our bodies through the life of his word.